Hi, so I'm sure anybody who's been watching these videos that I'm messing around making has realised my biggest problem so far has actually been audio. The studio environment where I'm tending to film everything, at the moment at least, is basically a concrete box with a few bits and pieces in it. So there's a lot of reverb. That's been the biggest issue. It hasn't been too bad when I've been sitting doing this face to camera piece because I'm using the Rode SmartLav straight into the bottom of the DJI Osmo Pocket using the relevant adapters to make it fit, and that's not been too bad. I've been able to apply some reverb effects in Premiere Pro which have stemmed things down quite a bit. It's been worse when I've had to use the onboard Osmo Pocket microphone and move around the room, etc. So that's been an issue. So I've been looking at different solutions of how I can try and improve the quality of the audio so that I can concentrate on making some actual content rather than continually working on audio. So after consulting a few different people, a few different Facebook groups, etc., I have decided to buy this, which is the Zoom H1N handy recorder. It had been suggested to me a while ago by Stephen Obermeyer from the Pentaxians group on Facebook. But for some reason I thought it was much bigger physically than it actually is. So when Peter Freeth suggested it again recently, I took a more serious look at it. So right now I'm recording simultaneously using the Zoom, which is about 40 centimeters or so away from my face, and the SmartLav going into the camera. And up until now I have been playing both tracks simultaneously for you in Adobe Premiere Pro. Adobe seems to do quite a good thing of blending the tracks together, but I'm trying to work out which is the best option. So right about now I'm going to switch to the SmartLav only. So right now the only audio you're hearing is coming through the SmartLav, and I have removed the track from the Zoom H1N. This is quite close together to the camera, and right now I'm going to switch into the H1N only and remove the SmartLav audio so that you can see what the difference is. I'm not going to apply any treatments to the reverb, etc. I might normalize the peaks of the audio just to try and keep things in line with one of the basic sort of editing that you would do. So those are the two things that I'm trying at the moment. In the longer term, the plan would be to plug the lav mic into the H1N so that I can record my audio as I'm moving around. Having a mic close to my face should help to counteract the reverb as much as possible without physically altering the room, and I can probably tweak it a little bit in Adobe Premiere Pro, which is the plan. So in a moment I'm going to cut the video and then I'm going to record some audio exactly in this position but using the onboard mic only of the Osmo Pocket. And I'm also going to simultaneously record some audio onto the H1N using the lav mic, and we'll compare those. So, 1 second. Okay, so now what you're hearing is the audio directly from the Osmo Pocket's own microphones, and the audio from the lav mic attached to the Zoom laid over the top, so both playing simultaneously. And now what you're hearing is just the audio from the Osmo Pocket. So first of all it was the two tracks combined, now it's just the Osmo Pocket. And right about now I'm going to switch over to the Zoom with the lav mic only. Now I'm still experimenting a little bit with the gain on the lav mic situation with the Zoom, so your guess is as good as mine at this point of which is best. It would be really helpful actually in the comments below if you have a strong opinion either way. Let me know which sounds the best. Again, this is from the seated position, so the Osmo Pocket is only about 60 centimeters, it's about 2 foot and imperial measurements away from me, so it's fairly close. But obviously the issue has been in here that the echo in the room. So in a moment I'm going to switch everything off and I'm going to move away and I will do the same test again. Okay, so right now this has been essentially the situation where I've had difficulty with the reverb. I'm stood across in the studio, the camera is about 7 to 8 feet away from me, and right now what you've been listening to is the audio from the Osmo Pocket, which is the audio I had difficulty with a great amount of reverb from the room. Previously I have been treating it as best I could within Adobe Premiere Pro, but obviously it doesn't work miracles. But as you can see, I've got the lav mic on, and I'm also using the Zoom, which is currently in my back pocket, to record the audio directly to the lav mic as well. So right now, this is what the audio sounds like with the Zoom. I am hoping and praying that it has cut down on some of the reverb, at least enough that I can better it in Adobe Premiere Pro, and I've mounted the lav mic sufficiently that it isn't bouncing all over the place. Excuse me. So hopefully that's going to be my solution. The H1N is actually really nice and small. It fits quite nicely in my jeans pocket. I could quite easily run the lav mic comfortably through my clothes, so you only see it there. Just doing a quick test here, so it doesn't really matter to me that you've got the wire running down. In a pinch though, with the H1N, there was also the option to use it like a handheld microphone, like such. They do actually sell an over-the-top adapter, because I suspect with the way the microphones are exposed, you'll get a lot of popping noises, but you can get a sock to go over the top of it, one for the wind, one for not, and that might be a worthwhile investment. In fact, I'm going to stop recording to the lav mic now, and I'm going to then switch to recording directly into the H1N, just holding it handheld, and see what that sounds like. So H1N is going off now. And right now I'm recording directly to the H1N in a handheld fashion. Now I suspect that there's a possibility that you might get hand holding noises here. But again, the popping from the talking, basically from the popping of the lips, might be coming through as well. But again, I have seen other people using it with the microphone cover, I'm not really sure what you'd call it, or the wind sock, which seems to alleviate that problem for them. I mean, I wouldn't dream of using it outdoors just like this in any sort of wind. But anyway, those are the three different ways of recording the audio across the room. Hopefully that solved the problem. I did also consider the Rode Wireless Go, but my concern was that I have to record something soon that will involve two people. It did occur to me that I could simply stick the H1N on a tripod between the two of us, and it should realistically pick up, as long as it's close enough, pick up realistic audio. If not, I could use this for one person and the lav mic straight into the camera for the other. The proximity would be there for that. Yeah, the problem of course with hand holding something like this is I, like a lot of people, talk with my hands, so as it moves further and further away from my mouth. I don't think that's really for me. But we shall see when I get back to my desk and edit this all together. So thank you for bearing with me if you've watched this. I really appreciate your feedback in this down below about the which solution you think is best. I didn't do the overlay of the Osmo Pocket and the H1N lav mic simultaneously from this distance, but perhaps I should actually. So right now, what I'm going to play for you is the lav mic into the H1N plus the audio from Osmo Pocket over the top of each other, just in case it actually does give a better sound quality than recording straight into the lav mic, but I suspect it will not. Again, thank you for your patience, and yeah, I really would appreciate it if you were able to comment below which worked best for you, obviously, because I'm sure the device you're listening on may make a difference to how good or bad it sounds. I'll post in the comments below what my conclusion was, not the comments, the description. Thank you.